Hey guys, today is Friday, August the 1st, and it's early morning, almost 9 o'clock. Ain't you proud of me? Well, I come down here to the building to look for something. Oh, I found it. It's actually a cap to one of those soaker hoses. I don't use those anymore, and I thought about selling them in my yard sale. Over here in Kentucky, I think it's part of Ohio or Indiana or something like that, and down through Tennessee is Highway 127, and it's called 127 yard sales. So every year, people come from all over just to come see these, yard sales that line the whole highway all the way down. So I plan on being a part of that possibly this year. But I have been down for a while since our last video because of my women problems, menstruation, and didn't get to come out to the garden and do hardly anything. I did come down one day and it was super hot. I mean, super hot. I come down before and I didn't bring my phone, so I didn't have a video for you. But I found 2 cucumbers on my cucumber vine and picked them off. So I did come down today and I have my phone. Yay! So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys an update of my growed up garden. This is the pumpkin vines or gourd vines or whatever that's happening here. And over inside you can tell that there's some pumpkins or something, gourds, but that's starting to die off there in the center. You can see where the leaves are turning yellow and brown, but it still continues to grow this direction. And in the mornings, if you're up, you get to see the beautiful big blooms. Hi, Parker. Hello. I'm running a video for our YouTube channel. That's all right.
What?
Go around the building and see how big it's gotten.
Oh my Lord.
Here we come.
Oh
Look how much it's come around this way. And now it's coming in front of my compost bin here. It'll probably go this way. It's following the sun. But we've got gourds and pumpkins everywhere. And once all that dies off, well, oh my goodness, look how much that's grown up.
Oh my God.
Over there, because I haven't been over there to clean.
I remember I used to walk over there.
I know.
That was all.
It's poke weeds. And then we've got a bunch of these mulberry trees.
I remember that truck wasn't covered up, and all that's grown.
Yeah, it's all grown up. Over top the truck. You can barely
Are
see
those
that.
pumpkins? Are those pumpkins?
They're either pumpkins or gourds. I'm not really sure. Huh?
What are pumpkins?
Probably pumpkins. Let's see. I thought I had one here growing, but it stopped. See, we didn't have any rain here lately. There's a big green something back there. But that could be a pumpkin. All of that come up from underneath this chicken coop that I moved. So it was, oh, looky here, something's living under our building.
Oh.
They're digging. And there's a hole there too.
Probably cave diver.
But look at the garden. It's all weeded. Weed.
Wait, can I go look?
Grass. Yeah. I wanted to show them these pink tomatoes while I was over this way. Look how big these big pink tomatoes get.
Actually really cool.
When they turn pink, I'll show y'all.
This is actually really cool.
You like that?
Dude, this is like tall.
I know.
Look at this. This could be a bed.
That's supposed to be corn, but it's tall crabgrass.
Look at my knee.
I know. I'm coming to join. Ouch. Okay. My cucumber vine is kind of over here a little. I don't want to step on a thorn because we've got thorn stuff around here. But I don't see any cucumbers on this side, so that's good. Look at these, supposed to be cherry tomatoes, and it just keeps getting bigger. I don't understand. But these are the big heirloom tomatoes. Ew, looky there. There's a worm in that one. Hi. What are you doing eating my tomato? You don't belong, so bye-bye. I'm gonna go ahead and just probably put him in compost when I come back through. So you're gonna sit right there. But this is an organic garden. This is what it looks like. You're gonna have holes, you're gonna have bugs. These are Roma tomatoes. Look how oblong they are. I think these are cherry also. So cherry, Roma. This is supposed to be Roma, I believe. But our rain has been kind of sporadic here lately, so everything's just kind of doing its own thing. And this is all grown up again. I'm not gonna have time this morning to get in here and weed or anything, and I'm not really worried about it. It don't look like any corn ever came up, just grass, you know, where I hoed all this up, cut it up. There's no mulch here, which means there's no weed suppression, and this is just all grass. I never did get to finishing this box with the wood. At least it's outlined. And I got further than I ever have gotten in my garden, and every year it seems like I can't get as far as I want to be, but each year I get further than I was the year before, if that makes sense. So I am progressing to getting the garden how I like it. So it's progress. It's a slow progress because it's just me. I don't have help because my husband's disabled, and of course my son, you just saw him, he's 10, he'll be 11 this month, and he can only do so much as well. And then it's also my fault for not having him coming out and helping too. So we're gonna work on that. This morning, last night, my husband actually wanted to try to go walk. Just having that thought in your mind to go, yes, I'm gonna get up in the morning and I'm gonna go to the walking trail and I'm gonna go walk. Just having that little seed in your mind is amazing. Amazing. That's a big step in itself. Actually getting up this morning, we woke up before our alarms because we was excited to get up and get healthy. So we got up before our alarms. We left on time. I got Parker up. He even stayed up late, and I told him, I said, hey, we're going to go to a walking trail. We're going to walk and get healthy. He even woke up in a good mood this morning. So it's amazing what the mind will do. We get there, and I'm just guessing, because Hank doesn't walk very far. Hank's my husband. And because he's disabled, okay? So he pushed himself, and using, this might be inspiration for others, he pushed his own wheelchair, okay? And I walked beside him, and Parker, he would go, you know, farther ahead or whatever. And I said, okay, that's far enough. Turn around and come back if you want to keep walking, or you could stop there and wait for us. And he'd stop and he'd rest, you know. And so Hank pushed his wheelchair to his limit till he started hurting his back and his knees, you know. And he just put the brakes on and sat. And he sat down. We looked and seen how far we walked. It was 1/4 of a mile. 1/4 of a mile. Now this is a fella that it hurts to get up from his chair and go to the bathroom. It hurts to get from his chair out to his building. It even hurts to get out of the truck and walk in the house to his chair. Okay? But the mentality, it's got to be mental first. If you want to do it, you can do it. Okay? I just want to encourage that. Because if my husband can do it, if we can do it, y'all can do it. So I ended up pushing Hank in the wheelchair back that other 1/4 of a mile. Parker walked. So Parker got a good workout because he's not used to walking. He sits a lot. He plays video games. And don't really come out and play because he's by himself. He likes to play with others. So when he goes to his friends on the weekends, that's when he goes out and plays. So he's usually in the house, but I'm going to have him come out and do more things with me. He's going to be able to come out and do more things with Hank. I told Hank he needs to be with, you know, the men. The men's got to do the men's stuff, okay? So, anyhow, there was a workout for Hank. There was a workout for Parker. And my workout came from pushing 1/4 of a mile back to the truck. That was a workout for me. My heart was actually pumping. I was starting to sweat a little bit. I was breathing through my nose, you know, and it was a little bit of an incline, and I felt it in the back of my legs and in the glutes, you know, and just my wrist was sore. You know, I have a bad grip. My hands. That's arthritis. So that helps loosen up my hands, you know, just push through it and get there. So it was nice. We came home, had a good breakfast, and now we're out doing things. It feels so nice out. I can't get over how nice it feels. It's been 90 to 100 degrees, 110 degrees, all the way up till yesterday. And today, it was 60s in the morning, so we actually had a long sleeve on to go walk. I took mine off about halfway through because I'm just hot all the time. And it's nice out here. I think it's about 70s right now. It feels great. So thank you, Lord, for the beautiful day that you've given us on this October 1st. August 1st. My bad. Okay. Enough of that. Look what we see too in the morning. See my purple morning glories? They're starting to peek up. And these are the flowers that I keep plucking out of my garden. But like I said, I was down for about a week and I couldn't do nothing. So this is what happened, and I'm not going to sweat it. Those are my green beans. The light colored leaves are my green beans. You can see there's blooms on them. There's no beans yet. And we have mosquitoes. Die! And I didn't get him. Okay. I'm out here in my bare feet. Now let's see if we can find maybe a cucumber, but it didn't really rain here lately. But I found 2 right over here. And I have them in my fridge still. I still haven't cut them up and eat them. I need to. But they like to hide. Cucumbers like to hide. And my vine, I keep bringing it over here and up on this fence row. on this side of the fence row at least. Okay. And here's the end of the pumpkins right, I feel spider webs, yuck. Now we've got bugs that's been eating my broccoli. And I've got morning glories that want to climb my broccoli. Morning glories now. I love y'all, but you all are going to choke out my produce, and I can't have that. They like to grow up. Okay, I don't even have my scissors with me or anything, but see these trees? They grow really super fast, so I really like plucking them out as soon as possible. Morning glories are growing up in this grass. You can do that and be pretty for us. That'll be fine. That's some pretty flowers, okay? Oops. You need to go this way. That's okay. I'm not gonna sweat it. Our cabbage has got holes in it. And this could be why, little bugs. But like I said, starting to make a little head down in there. This is an organic garden with no chemicals. I had just had cardboard. We've put some mulch down, but I didn't put enough mulch down. That's starting to make a head now. Cool. These morning glories I don't really want there. Hey baby.
I learned how to whittle.
You learned how to whittle.
Yeah.
Well, how about that?
Not good at it, but I got to get the angle. This is the one I've been working on.
You're almost in the garden. Scoot up this way a little bit.
This one?
Yeah.
It's like
All right, let's see.
down,
Uh-huh.
up, kind of like at an angle.
And
Kind
away
of.
from you.
And go. Oh.
Wow. Now check that out.
It's kind of hard to do it, just flatten it out a little bit.
Yes. That is really, really cool.
This is the one Dad did.
That's what
It's
Daddy
way
did?
better. He made it kind of like big and then short.
Well, that's because he's got more pressure, probably.
and more.
you will learn that.
technique.
Yeah. Well, you'll figure that out. You'll be like, oh yeah, this is how I gotta hold it. You know?
Mhm. It's so satisfying to see the wood rub off.
Yeah.
Look at how much I shaved off.
That is so cool.
You want to try?
I'll let you do it because it's your stick, okay? I wanted to show a close-up for them.
I'm gonna start doing down here. Oh, skin unsharp. Skin dull.
Right. So now you gotta do what? Learn how to
Sharpen it.
sharpen your knife.
I'll be right back.
Okay. Good job. See what getting up in the morning's doing for us. It's completely changing that child's mindset as well. He's excited. He's learning things. He's learning guy things, okay? All right. He's not in a video game. He's not in a TV. And I didn't pressure it and didn't say, you can't have TV today. Or, you cannot have games today. I said, why don't we do this? You know, you talk nice to your children, okay? Nice to your children. Nice gets you further. Okay. And giving them a heads up really helps. You let them know a day ahead of time. Hey, tomorrow we're going to be cleaning your room. So just be prepared. Okay. And it's easier for that child to do what's asked when he knows ahead of time. Oh yeah, Mom did say that's what I'm going to have to do. So, here's my rows of green beans. Here's this side of my, this is the Creek Pecan pollinator number 1. It's getting tall and pretty. Here's one side of those tomatoes. Here's the other side of the tomatoes. Some of this is dying off, ain't it? Because there ain't got much rain recently. We got a little shower yesterday. And look how big this tree has come back. I'm so excited for that. I don't know if you can see. Let's see if I can. I think I'm gonna go ahead and flip the camera. All right, you come on over here and watch the potato plants. I'm gonna have to dig taters. Whoa, you got a big old curl going. See, that's how much pressure you've put on it, right? Did you get your knife sharpened?
No, Dad, he'll teach me that tomorrow.
Okay.
I learned the angle.
You're learning the angles.
I've been doing it too shallow.
Gotcha. Yeah. So good. I'm so proud of you, bud.
Wait, that's why I'm building the knife on the stump. I did it! That was so cool. I'm gonna be a professional knife thrower one day.
Well, just don't get your foot. All right. Look at this big sunflower coming up.
Oh, wow.
It's coming up at least.
That's big.
And I do have some herbs over here you might be stepping. But they haven't come up, so I'm not going to sweat it.
Look at that! That ripped hit.
Yeah. There is a herb over there, so just don't step on it, and we'll be happy. Alrighty. So here's my potatoes. See how they're turning yellow and they're dying off. Now's the time to start harvesting this huge hill. I'm just not going to be able to get to it today. I have other plans. So this is going on my list. Does that make sense? I'm just trying to. All of our tomatoes are looking nice coming up through here. All spread out, doing well. These tomatoes look all right. I don't have anything red yet. That's mainly what I was looking for.
Oh, I got straight up.
Now the peas, where I haven't been out here, look, they pretty much died off. Anyway, I didn't have enough water to have good peas. And I also wanted to show this. My crappy building skills are not going to hold up to what was needed even against weeds and stuff. So it's just flopped over, fell over. So I'm going to do something more permanent, but at least I have an outline. I'd like to take cardboard and start putting cardboard in the middle of my walkways and start putting mulch, which I have not done still. You guys have heard me say this every single video, like a broken record. These are some yarn pieces I must have dropped when I was out here last. So, as you can tell, everything's growed up. The onions are still doing fine. These tomatoes are doing good. You know, once they start flopping over, I might end up pinching the tops or something, but feel bad because I ain't gonna have as many as I usually do. I usually just let it go. This here, I don't know if it looks like a tomato plant, but it don't even have blooms on that. I thought maybe it was a pepper plant and it don't have blooms, but it might eventually. I'll just let it go. So I did plant peppers in the middle. I think the aromas and everything look so funny. And they're all white. They're not really green, they're all white. It's pretty weird. Probably from the heat exhaustion we've had. Like I said, we didn't have rain for a long time. Alright, where did we leave off? Up here. That was that cabbage there. I saw that was growing ahead. This one's combining in the middle, but this one's completely gone. So we've got something that's come over here and started eating up that one. They'll probably eat the others. Oh well. There's another one that's ate up. Tomatoes. There's one down in there. That one might be saved. I don't know. We'll see. Okay. This right here is called lamb's quarter. And it's a good medicinal plant. And you can pick the leaves, wash them up real good, and dry them. And use it in like soups and stews. Now I'm not really sure the actual thing that it's medicinal for, but it's an herb. I don't really know. You can look that up yourself if you really want to know, but I've been watching. These are getting really tall. That's why I've left it, because it is a good herb. Even potatoes on this side are starting to die out now. So yeah, that'll be on my list. I need to harvest potatoes. Look at my big watermelon. I've never had watermelon yet in this garden. And there's the watermelon vine right there. So I'm excited to have that. There's a tree and there's a tree. I need to try to get over here. I don't need these trees growing. They grow super, super fast. As you can tell, I pluck them every single time I come in here. Is that grass? I think that might be a tree also. Okay. Get back over here in my walking path. Now. Little lightning bug. Tomatoes down along here are kind of puny too because, like I said, the rain. Not much good rain. Onions are starting to lay over in some areas, probably from something being in here, but you know, like rabbits or squirrels or whatever. This crabgrass has gotten huge and produced seed. And all my hard work of trying not to let it produce seed in my garden, and here we are. But this kind of stuff happens, guys. Yeah, my peas are done. I need to pull them out. If you're sick and down, you can't help it. Those peas are all right. Hopefully we'll get some rain and fill them out. Now looky here. That's different. I'm thinking sun bleached, or who knows. People are probably spraying something on the other side of this fence, and it's made it to these tomatoes. Yep, potatoes are dying. This is where I started planting potatoes. So So yeah, we need to get them dug up. That's our next plan. I didn't know crabgrass got this tall. It's up to almost my hip. Alrighty, well, my apple tree is still yucky. It has new growth on it, so it's okay. It's living in its yucky state. Peach tree. It's gotten big, beautiful, and bushy. Alright. Well, that is a small update of my garden at this time of the year. I'll go ahead and flip you back around. So I hope you enjoyed our little garden walk for the morning. I need to go in and do our dishes from breakfast. And boy, I've got a bunch to do on my plate. Where I've had 2 other guys move in with us from our previous videos. If you haven't seen them, I had a bedroom which we turned into somebody else's room, and we had my mother-in-law. She lived with us. She passed away, so I had all her things in there. And then my mom passed away a year later, and nobody really came and got her things, my mother-in-law's things. So we still had a lot of it, and I haven't done anything with it because I was too busy working. And so my mom passed away also, so I'm the oldest daughter, and I took everything in and put it in my mother-in-law's room, or some in the bedroom also. So whatever was in the bedroom, I had to clean it out for the first fella. It landed into my mother-in-law's room. And it was a storage room / cat room, because I had cat litter in there and food and stuff for the cats. They had their own space. Well then, one of Hank's friends needed a place to stay because he lost his grandmother. So he's moved in with us. And hey Hank. In my mother-in-law's old room. This is what I was doing here. So all of that stuff had to be moved into my new mud room. I don't use these anymore. These are soaker hoses, so I'm probably going to sell them in my yard sale. Anyhow, had to move all that stuff into my mud room, and we got this, I call it new mud room, because our old mud room used to be just this small right here, and then there's the kitchen door, and then there was a wall here where we had a deep freeze, and the deep freeze is now in the kitchen. A tree fell on our house in the back, and it crushed the roof and did some damage in the bedroom. This was before the other guy moved in, okay, in our bedroom. And we was already sleeping in the living room in our recliners, since the bed was breaking our back. So we was in the living room and the recliners, and then in the ceiling too. So we kind of fixed that up a little bit for the first guy. And then all that stuff, like I said, had to come into the mud room. Well, with fixing up the house from the tree that fell, our insurance gave us a certain amount of money to take care of that. So we was able to take care of the roof plus some. we ended up being able to put on a whole nother room beside our house. And you can go back and look at our videos if you like. But we call it our mud room. And if you can tell, it's like really long. It's as long as this side of the house. And the plan is to have probably me a little art room, because now we have 2 other people taking up the other 2 rooms that we have, and that's it. Parker's got a room of his own, and we have the living room as our bedroom. So I need a office space, crafting center, I don't know, because it's all in the living room, okay? So I might have a room back there, and then in front of that would be a big pantry, so I can put all of our canned goods, box goods, toilet paper, paper towels, big pots, pans, you know, ladies, you all understand, you need more space. So all of that can be in the pantry in front of the, so I'm going to have a crafting room, a pantry in front of that. On the other side of the pantry, I plan on putting my washer and dryer from the kitchen. See, my kitchen's pretty jumbled. You'll see here in just a second. And here, I acquired another refrigerator from my dad, so that'll be in here. And then I'll have hopefully the deep freeze moved in here as well, somewhere. And we'll have all appliances in here. The washroom can be in here. It won't be in the kitchen. That'll open up my kitchen a lot. And then the office in the back, or the craft room, or whatever you want to call it, that'll open up the living room, where we can have more room and actually get a bed. I need to save money to get a bed for us. One of those nice beds that raise up and down, because I have sleep apnea. My husband has sleep apnea. So we got to be kind of inclined, and also back issues. But, whew, okay. So, taking everything out of my mother-in-law's room and brought it to this room. So now this room ended up being storage. So I have stuff stacked all down this side, stuff stacked all down on the other side. So we got mother-in-law stuff, my mom's stuff, my grandmother gave me stuff, my dad gave me stuff, my brother gives me stuff. This has been my anxiety. This has been my stress. Whatever. It was all in the kitchen too. Just piled up enough to have a walk room. See this? I have to turn sideways to walk down through here. Now the point of walking down through here was to get to my garden stuff, because I had just garden stuff back here. And this was my little greenhouse shelving. Well, now it's a catch-all. And I got garden stuff back there on that shelf. And then we have some drywall here that was given to us to help finish out this room. So now you can see how big it is. I'm almost on the other side. I'll get all the way over here in this corner. This is a big room. And I even made me an indoor clothesline. Just dry my clothes when it rains or if it's too cold. So that's what we just walked through. Was my clothesline. So we have stuff, guys. This I was hoping to be through for the 127 yard sales so that I can see what I want to keep, see what I don't want, and have a space for everything, because this needs to be emptied. You heard my plans. All that's got to be emptied. So you might see a bunch of videos of progression, okay? I had a lot of cardboard here saved for the garden. That's kind of condensed way down now because I had a big sinkhole in my in the driveway where all the water just runs off of that house next door in puddles where my husband's been parking. And I just shoved it full of cardboard. Lots of cardboard, Kept squishing it down, because I feel like that's where all the mosquitoes was coming from. And yeah, that was a whole nother project, like a whole day of it. Just squishing it down, and it was super hot. This was right after I was sick. I think it was the next day. After I was sick, I felt enough. No, I think it was before I got sick, actually. The day before I got sick. Yep. And so that's what happened that day. Now, I've also been battling fleas. Fleas has been a problem with us. Trying to get King combed and brushed and stuff. But today, I got another plan. So planning a day ahead of time helps me. And I was talking to Hank about it a lot. And I have been without caffeine, guys. I'm just going to point this out. I have been without caffeine for a couple weeks. And last night I decided to go ahead and get a Dr. Pepper. And it lasted even all the way up till this morning after breakfast. And it was watered down. I don't care. I drank it anyway. Okay. So that's why I'm rambling as fast as I'm going. I feel like I'm going 1,000 miles a minute. Anyhow. Real time. This is real life. There's good days. There's bad days. Bad days you won't hear much from me. You know, because I don't really do much. So, this is a good day. Alright, here's my kitchen. You walk in. I've got it all kind of piled up here. Kitchen table's piled up with stuff that needs to go to other people. This is a tote that I use to take to the booth. I try to fill it up and take it to the booth. I have a booth at a flea market that I've been trying to sell things out of. My booth is very much full. Trust me. And I can't really get much out there anymore. So, we'll see. But I keep adding things to this to just get rid of it each week. And it's been a very slow go. Well, it needs to be a fast go now. Because 127 yard sales. Here's today. This is August the 1st. 127 yard sales start next week. And they go for 4 days. 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th. So, I gotta get my button gear. Anyhow, here's my kitchen. Let me turn the light on here. Kitchen. I got washer and dryer over there. We got our microwave and all that. We can actually walk to this bedroom now because I used to have stuff piled up here all the way up to here. I used to have stuff piled up over here where we only had a walkway big enough where we can open the dryer door. Okay. And this poor guy, he has to squeeze to even get to his room anyway. And then this is where our canned goods are. See, I mean, I'm very much cluttered up here in this kitchen. I have no place to put my canning jars, so they're sitting on top of the deep freeze. That's empty right now, by the way.
What are you doing?
Videoing.
So?
Yeah.
You gotta keep them waiting.
This is a shower chair that was gifted to me from my grandmother. We tried it out with Hank, and he seems that didn't really work too well, get him in the shower and all. But we might hang on to it because he might be getting some knee surgery. I'm not really sure, but we're working on the weight to get him down to the minimum the maximum that he can be to get the knee surgery done, so he'll be healthy. So
it's a kitchen chair.
I'm hanging on to that for the knee surgery. And right now it's helpful for Hank to come in here and actually make his coffee, and he'll sit down right here, so it's okay. I have to rest too when I'm over here doing dishes. Look, I did a bunch.
He gets me to do it every day.
He comes in here and does his own too. He sits in here. I've seen him do it. I'm not lying. Anyhow, I was doing a lot of dishes. I had Parker do some dishes for about 3 days while I was sick. But where I wasn't in here guiding and everything, he left left a few sitting, you know, whatever. My countertops were nasty because he didn't wash the countertops, you know, and the stove, you know. He done the best that he could. So, I was excited yesterday. I spent all that time watching Holler Homestead on my little phone that I just set right up here. I watched Ample Flame, their podcast, and just did some dishes yesterday. So, he brings back, I had him clean his room. And this is what he brings back. A bunch of these cups with straws and one plate. So he gets to do that today. And he'll see how hard it is to wash cups with leftover gunk. I mean, you'll see. Milk, chocolate milk, fruit, whatever. I don't know. Anyhow. This is my life, y'all. And I just kind of wanted to show it to you. Well, I wasn't disturbing anybody is what I didn't want to disturb anybody. So, this tote right here is a tote of clothes that I had just found that I need to label for the yard sale. Okay? So, this is the kitchen. And we moved this corner cabinet in here, and it's actually helped a lot. I've got cups, plates, snack foods, and stuff in here. Alright, let me turn this light out. Our bathroom, nothing has changed. It's still a small bathroom. We do want to redo this bathroom eventually. But, small bathroom. We hang the curtain because the cats like to tear up the curtain. And it's a bathtub, dirty laundry basket, a toilet, a sink, a regular bathroom, and a little closet. Okay, this was the living room, which is now our bedroom. I have a curtain that I divide up, you know, if it's hot. So I got air conditioning in the bedroom. And we also have a bedroom. It's a door that is kind of half up, enough where we can lock it for date nights. That's important. This is office. Again, more clothes that I have to label to put for yard sale. Anyhow, we have office space. I have cats that aggravate me. I'm just kidding. That's Rocco. This is what's going to go in my crafting room. This will open up so much. We had to move all this. Okay. And we sleep in our recliners. That's our bedding. I'm sorry. We have all bookshelves back behind where we can't hardly get to them. There's still more books I need to find space for. Anyhow. Front door. And then we have the TV on the other side and our movies, and I've got blankets and sheets and curtains over there. This is a back stretcher that helps Hank's back sometimes. And then we have Parker's room. Parker, I'm going to show you your room. Yeah, I'm going to show you your room because I'm going to be videoing us cleaning and tidying. This is your room.
Video about it.
This was the TV that was in the living room. We had to move it in here because our ceiling was falling down, which I'll show you real quick. I forgot. Ceiling is falling down. It's the tiles because of pressure from the tree that fell. It's still falling tiles. Keeps falling. I don't know. Alright, so this is where the falling tiles end up on the front porch. And all of this will be hauled off soon when we get to it. We'll be hauling it off to the junk. Anyhow. Okay. Sorry, Parker, but Parker's
Get out of my room and play Minecraft.
Parker's got little stations here that he's over here the most. He's got this pretty well
Yeah, because I
situated.
do it every day.
We have so many stuffed animals, we have no place to put it, so that's where the top bunk is, why it's junked up. Alright.
It's a storage bed.
I've had to move the cats in here. Well, the cats has made a mess of his items on that side. So that's why all of this is not even cleaned up. But that will be probably another video, and I want to show you. But right now, I just let it, you know, that's his space. Okay? Now, I'm going to jump off here. I'm going to go do up my breakfast dishes. And the next thing I got to do is give King a bath. He's, you know, fleas. I've been trying to fight the fleas thing, and I'm going to try to give him a bath. Hopefully be warm enough where he don't freeze, you know. And he'll be outside to dry off and everything. Alright? That's my plan. My next plan after that is to start, well, labeling those clothes in there on my office desk, as well as labeling the clothes here and this, and those will be ready. And then we'll be coming in here and starting moving all of this stuff from this side, because my brother-in-law's stuff is down in the back and he's asked for that stuff. So I got a lot ahead of me. And we'll catch you guys on the next video. I'm going to use CapCut to just piece all these together, back to back to back. I'm not going to edit. I don't have time to edit. And this is real life, guys. I'm sorry it's a long video. Just pause it. Go do what you need to do. Come back and watch the video later. And be sure to watch the other videos that I have posted. And just start from the beginning. It'll tell you a little bit about my life and how far I've come. And I hope that this channel becomes inspiration for you and your family. And God be with you all. Like, share, subscribe, so you don't miss another video. Alright? Bye, guys.